Can you both just give me like a brief description of what you guys do in student life and just introduce yourselves?
Okay, cool beans. Yeah, I guess I'll start. Say, I'm Jerald. I am the Trojan Activities Board Manager of Student Life. And that basically means, all the events that happen on campus, me and my team decide on what to bring.
I am Sheila. I am the Trojan Activity Board, one of the coordinators. Um, and Gerald already established what we do. So all the activities or little workshops or games that are around campus is us that plan them.
Okay. So, my first official question is, how have your roles and responsibilities changed in student life since the pandemic, and has it been difficult to adapt?
So yes, I was on the team last year as the special events coordinator when we had like specific titled positions. But then now it's just, manager and coordinators. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, last year it was, I think, a lot more fun in the way that, it was more personal. I get to see people enjoy the events that we bring in.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't know, that was just more fun for me. But then now it did get a little harder because I'd say that we did take a hit with just general interest because people are just so busy. They're just way more in they just I feel like they just don't have time for virtual events when they're getting bombarded with schoolwork.
Okay, Sheila.
I guess to add on to from what my experience is so far, I think it's because I had the experience of like high school planning things. The fact that's different is very hard because like you have to make everything virtual or accessible for students at home, and being able to like do things through Zoom or like online, you have to engage people's interests through that, and that's a lot harder and very much different than it is in person, because in
Yeah.
person you can go to like people individually and like drag them to an event or like convince them through who you are, but instead of through like ads on social media or like the website.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
leads me to my next question. So, have the virtual events been enough to fill the in person void? And what ways does it fulfill student needs, and what ways don't the virtual activities?
Oof, okay.
Good question.
That is a really good question. But I mean, I'd say the virtual events, it totally depends on what they are too. If let's say we have an event that's super interactive, that's, you have your cameras on, the speaker, for example, isn't just talking to, a blank screen, you know what I mean? I feel like that can fill up that void. But if it's something not interactive, I'd say no. I don't know, but then being virtual doesn't really replace that in-person feel that we
Yeah,
were
I don't
able to
think
bring.
anything really will. So, it's kind of a hard question to answer.
Exactly.
I think it's a good filler, like certain events that we do or things that like even not even events, but like things that people do through online. It's a good filler for like in-person activities. It just never will be the same.
How has student engagement been with these activities? Are you seeing like a downtick in participation? And if so, why do you think that is?
Again, it depends on the event because it will vary depending on what we have on. I'd bring the example of trivia, right? We had Trojan trivia earlier this school year
Mhm.
for Welcome Week. We had about 30 people attending, right? We had about 30 people attending that event. And we go comparing that to the event we had last week, positive perspectives, a webinars thing that, was supposed to bring people's moods and like, bring positive perspective in everyone else, in whoever attended's lives, right? That we had like a total of 14 people who came in. So that's definitely a big difference.
Mhm.
And yeah, I guess it all depends on what you bring to the table. As
Uh,
in it You're right. Because I don't know, trivia, if I was just a random student and I saw an ad for trivia, something fun, something that's not school related, something that's not lecture related, I'm totally down for that.
Yeah,
But, if it's just, oh, it's like, if it's just a webinar, someone's just there to talk, I'm like, oh, I get that in class already. I think I'm gonna just do
exactly.
my homework.
Mhm. And this year, there's less student enrollment, but more running start students. So maybe those students are more wary of joining in on college activities when they're just coming in from high school. They're not sure what they should participate in, or they're nervous too. Sheila, do you have anything you want to add?
Well, like adding on to like there's so many people with running start. I mean, it makes sense. Like, right, high school's already online. I might as well go online for college as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the fact of like, oh, this is an event going on. Do I really want to go? And because like I'm already nervous with going to my classes when I'm a running start student, or do I go to these events? Well, I might be the only one. It makes that's like the factor that we have to play on. Like we have these events are very different and everyone's different. So trying to pique people's interest in certain things.
So, what upcoming events should students look out for, and what is the best way for students to find out about these events and stay connected?
Sheila, you do this one.
Okay, so well, there's an event that I'm actually working on right now. It's happening on October 26th at 3 p.m. It's gonna be an escape room, like a virtual escape room.
That sounds
Yeah, it's Halloween
cool.
themed. Halloween theme. We're trying to escape an elevator shaft, so that'll be very exciting. Um, the more details will come, but there is there's a limit of how many people can join. So it's as soon as signups go up, it's like a first come first serve type of thing. Some other events that are happening. We have the like encourage people to vote. So there will be videos that will be coming out to show people how to vote online and encourage them to vote because that's very important.
Mhm.
We also have the Suit Up for JCPenney. It's a event that we do every year. I'm not sure you heard about it, Maddie, but we partner up with JCPenney and then they give like a big student like way to help students like learn how to dress themselves for business casual, how to
Nice.
yeah, like guys like, oh, which suit looks better or like color matching or like girls like, oh, which shoes would be best for this. So it's a very JCPenney this year making it virtual, so they can have there'll be videos on like how to properly measure, and then there's also a big discount that goes on for people, for students as well.
That's really cool because I know in my personal experience, it's super hard to figure out what to wear for interviews or for starting a new job. So that's a really cool event. And the Halloween one, that is really awesome.
Yeah,
Since these activities are virtual, will students see more activities this year than they would from a traditional school year?
Mm, Good question. Because I'd say there are more opportunities for us to do more online things that are, I don't know, less time committing per se. But then I'd say, I don't know, can we have more events this year? Yes, but we try not to overwork ourselves too.
Yeah.
Because it's a timely process and we have like actual time frames that we have to keep in track of when we're dealing with the whole planning the event process. So yeah.
How important is it for you to continue these festivities amidst a pandemic and for keeping up important annual traditions that celebrate our diversity?
I think it's fairly important. Like I think especially now, I guess because we're all like cramped up at home, it was very easy to avoid these type of topics or these situations because on campus, there's ways that we can just blow it up on your face and like have you be part of the conversation. So doing events like this, like being like not like educating people and talking about it makes people think and like be part of the conversation even at home. It's a way to engage students to not just be, cramped up in their room.
Hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, like keeping up events like, keeping up with traditions like that really shows that our school is really there supporting, everyone and is welcoming of everyone. And that I think is like the most important thing with it. It's actually that we are there showing that we are accepting of whoever you are and for whatever your beliefs are,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very important.
That's perfect. Joe, that's perfect. Like the idea of like, right, our school, even though we're in a pandemic, we're still gonna support you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We're gonna have
exactly.
these events. Yeah.
And that's
definitely.
how students are going to get through this year, is if they feel supported. As both students and employees of EVCC, what are you most looking forward to when we get back onto campus?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I think this question is a very like I really wish we were on campus because from Gerald's experience, like to be able to like work with each other, like being a worker there, like people work with each other like in person to like be able to collaborate, go to each other's offices and like do that. I think it would be very like different, very different environment. Because like here at home, I'm just on my computer, like staring at a screen, and to talk to people, I have to email. And I think being in person does change the environment drastically and makes me like be more engaged and more involved because here I have to find motivation to do it. So I am really hoping we're in person in spring.
Having experienced both worlds, I mean, let's be real here. I'm always in front of my computer no matter what. Regular school day, no COVID, whatever. I'm in front of my computer doing my own thing. But I do miss the whole working in person bit. Because really, that just changed up the whole game. That's why I came back this year too, to experience being able to work with people like Sheila, being able to just be able to be there in person and enjoy each other's company while we do work together. Because, yeah.
On the flip side, to kind of end on a positive note, what do you like most about being off campus and being completely virtual? Do you like anything?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm currently wearing my PJs.
Oh, yes. That is a big plus.
Yeah.
I think it's the comfort of being at home and then my schedule. Because like the difference between like, oh, when I have to work and my schoolwork, I have to leave my house to do it, like on campus. And having it virtual, I guess I work around my school, even though I do have Zooms all the time. But I think it was be able to I adjusted very quickly to the virtual world, and it was okay. So
I'd say the same for me. It's like, since I'm always in my computer, I didn't feel like there was a transitioning that happened from in person to online. Because I just sat in front of my computer and I just do my usual thing. But yeah, I mean, I like not having to get out of bed at 6 in the morning to drive to campus to start work. You know, I wake up literally 5, 10 minutes before class and I start my day. Easy peasy.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of it, to be honest.
that is a big plus of online school, but I know we're all really looking forward to getting back on campus for sure.
Definitely.